learned about the Baha'i Faith in college through a classmate who grew up within like the Baha'i family, and so she was just really like embodying the whole being and doing and living through faith and action. So through our friendship, and then really learning more about the junior youth program and various sort of efforts that Baha'is have to apply principles and values to influence and really guide a better world that is for everyone. I felt particularly drawn to not only that vision, but also the action behind what people were saying. Like, they weren't just, coming into spaces and or saying to each other, like, we believe these things, but then we're also really willing to show up and have our convictions and be like very steadfast and clear that not only do we believe what we believe, but we live what we believe. Like, I think at that time, you just feel like you're in college, you are still trying to understand what does it mean to be successful and what is your purpose. And a lot of those things can pull you in many directions. And even the wonderful like values or principles or just like virtues that are just important, inherent to being like hopefully like a good person, even a lot of those things can sort of be compromised depending on where you kind of like pull your attention. And so I think I just found a lot of comfort in knowing that the Baha'i Faith is one that's open to everyone and is really progressive. Like, and I mean progressive in that there's just this trust and faith in knowing that people are people and they're on their journeys, and we learn things over time and we grow, and that is part of what it means to be a person of faith. I know that one of the things that really drew me even more into this sort of like living and believe and sort of like our faith in action was to see what a junior youth group is, like what study circles are, just peer-led learning spaces, but that it also in many ways how it was just very creative and organic and also felt very different and empowering. I remember going to one of my first study circles and just being like very confused as to like what we were trying to do, but then once it became more clear, like, okay, we're trying to understand like a framework. We're trying to understand, I think we talked a lot about this in like book one, just like we need to redefine words, like reconceptualize things. We may have said faith was this and we understood faith to be like this up until a certain point, but now we have the tools and we also know humanity is at a point of like maturation that we can dig more into the nuances. And we talked about adolescence in this period of, coming into maturity, that the Baha'is just offered this sort of like conception that was really empowering, was really open. I had been doing a lot of like youth work in that time, whether it was supporting young people academically or through like job mentorship, etc. But then it was really through the junior youth group that I felt like not only were we co-creating a space with the young people themselves, but then we're also making an effort to build a community. This was truly like an effort where we wanted to get to know the young people who are in our neighborhood, in our community, and bring our friends together so that we can just create some things together.